Now let's look at our 汉字, Chinese characters. The first one is 上. When you look at its original form, you might think, isn't that 二? The character we learned before, which is this one. But when you look at the original form of 二, these two strokes, they're the same lengths. But when you look at the original form of 上, the bottom one is longer, because they're using this line as a reference to show the position of the shorter one. So where is this shorter line? It is above the longer one. So this character meant up or above. So as the character changes over time, 上 becomes like this. Now you can trace it or write it down. The next one is 下. So based on the logic of creating the last character, can you guess the meaning of this one? It's the opposite of 上. This 下 means down or below. Now you can trace it or write it down. This one is 本. Originally, it looked like a tree with a dot, and this dot shows where the root is. It means the root of everything. And now it's also a measure word for books. 本. Now you can write it down. Our last character, 末. Look at its original form. It's the same tree, but the dot is at the top of the tree now. And how does a tree grow? From root to top. So this is where it stops growing, and it means the end. It also has meanings of fundamental and secondary. Now you can trace it or write it down. Now let's look at our structure of Chinese characters. And we're looking at this one now. So these two characters, they're the enclosure structure. So you can see that the four sides, they're enclosed. This one is 四, this one is 国. Alright, now let's move on to our Chinese radicals. This is the first one. This radical represents enclosure. Remember not to confuse it with this one, 口字旁. This radical is usually related to mouth, and mostly is on one side of a character. Let's go back to this radical. This character is 国, it means country. So you can think of these four sides as the borderlines of a country. The second one is 困, to be trapped. This radical here, it is usually related to deity sacrificial rites and one's fortune. And this character 神, it means God. This character 福, it means good fortune. It's a traditional Chinese custom to stick this character on doors and windows during the Spring Festival. So this is 福, it means good fortune. Okay, that's the end of our lesson 10. See you in the next lesson. 再见.